This is Muhammad Hamouda speaking. Today we are going to talk about the style of irony. Actually, this is the last topic in our course. I hope you get a lot of benefits. This course enlightens you about different issues in translation regarding at the semantic level or syntactic level and at stylistic level. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me whatever you want, either in this topic or about other topics in the whole course. So prepare your questions to the next week because it will be revision and we answer. I will be so glad to discuss with the students your questions and answer them and explain whatever you want. Okay, now the style of irony. But before talking about the style of irony in translation, you may ask me what is meant by irony. Okay, irony as the dictionary defines it. It is a method of humorous or subtly sarcastic expression in which the intended meaning of the words is the direct opposite of the scene. Okay, actually, uh, it is irony is a humorous expression. It is a sarcastic expression اللي هو تعبير سخرية تعبير sarcastic. Okay, but the intended meaning is different from what I say. Okay, so the intended meaning, the reality, the reality is different from what I am saying, such as if I know that Ahmed is uh, lazy and he wakes up at 11 o'clock. I said that Ahmed is an active student and he comes to school at 6 o'clock. This is this some kind of sarcasm. Why? Because the reality that he is lazy, but I am saying that he is, or sarcastically I say that he is active. اوكي انا بسخر منه لما بحكي هو هو طالب نشيط بيجي الساعة 6 بس in reality في الحقيقة هو كسول وما بصحى قبل الساعة 11. اوكي وبالتالي uh, this is this is irony or this is an ironical expression. Why? Because the reality is different from what I am saying. The reality is completely the opposite of what I am saying. Okay. That's another definition of irony is the humorous or mildly sarcastic use of words to imply the opposite of what they normally mean. Okay, it is the same, or this definition is similar to the previous one. Okay, in literature in general, we usually differentiate between three main types of irony. The first type is dramatic irony, تهكم درامي. It is an implications of a situation or expression understood by the audience but not understood by the characters in the play. In other words, when the audience know something or know some information that the other characters in the play don't know, this is a dramatical irony. So the audience المشاهدين للمسرحية when they know something which the other characters in the play don't know this thing. This is a dramatic irony, such as Iago in one of Shakespeare's plays. بحكي للمشاهدين في بداية المسرحية I am not what I am. So the audience know from the very beginning that he is a double-faced person. يعني المشاهدين من البداية عرفوا إنه هو شخص بوجهين. He is a double-faced person. But other characters in the play, they don't know this information and they believe him. اوكي بيصدقوه وما بيعرفوا انه double faced. اوكي وبالتالي this is a dramatic irony. The second type of irony is Socratic irony, تهكم سقراطي. A pretendance means a pretendance of ignorance in a situation to expose the ignorance of the opponent. Okay. تهكم Socratic irony simply means that the audience or a person pretends his ignorance of something because he wants to get the information from his opponent and use these information against him. Okay, so in other words, a pretendance of to be pretendance to be ignorant person, but in reality you know everything and you want to get the information from your opponent and use these information against them. Okay, for example, when a father knows that his son was in the party or his son was at the party. Okay, and he pretends that he didn't know these information, so he asks his child, where did you go at the last weekend؟ أين ذهبت في اللي هو الإجازة الماضية أو آخر إجازة. Because he pretends that he does not know, but in reality he knows that his child goes to or his child went to the party and he want to get this information from his child and punish them because he went to the party. Okay, the second type is irony of fate. سخرية القدر، السخرية من القدر. أشهر مثال عليها adding insult to injury اللي هو إضافة أو تزيد الطين بلة as we say. Okay, now, there is a difference between sarcasm and irony, and also there are a lot of similarities between them. The difference between الاختلاف بينهم sarcasm irony is a sarcastic expression. هو في الأساس تعبير تهكمي but we say the opposite of the reality. But uh, in sarcasm, we say either we underestimate or we overestimate, but at the end we tell the truth. For example, لو أنا بعرف إنه توم طالب كسول أو بيجي على المدرسة متأخر، وبالتالي أنا لما بدي أحكي sarcastic أحكي توم does not stain himself. توم بتعبش حاله نهائي، لا يتعب نفسه نهائيا، وبالتالي this is sarcasm. Why? Because he is a lazy student and thus I am telling the truth but I am sarcastic. When I find a lazy student and he does not solve his questions or his homework, I said والله مريح حاله تماما، مريح حاله على الآخر. Okay, this is a kind of sarcasm but not irony. But if I want to say the same but ironically, I said that Tom is renowned for his labors. Tom مشهود له بجهوده الجبارة. أنا in reality I am stating the opposite. أنا بحكي العكس تماما، وبالتالي الأيروني بحكي العكس تماما. أما الساركازم بحكي الحقيقة ولكن بطريقة فيها نوع من السخرية. أوكي. and also sarcasm is a light irony. ممكن نعتبر السخرية كتهكم خفيف، نوع من التهكم ولكن تهكم بدرجة بسيطة. أوكي. Now, reaching the different types of irony. The first type is contrastive irony. Contrastive irony, ironic, it means an ironic expression, but it includes some sort of contrastive and comparison between two things. I mean, I compare between two things, but in an ironic way. This is contrastive irony, such as great, I have lost everything. Now, great, عظيم. I have lost everything, خسرت كل شيء. طيب هنا فيها contrastive، فيها آه، حاجة وعكسها تماما. وبالتالي هنا في نفس الجملة لما أقارن بين حاجتين، بين شغلة بوزيتيف، أعرض شغلة بوزيتيف وشغلة نيجاتيف وأنا قصدي النيجاتيف، وبالتالي this is a contrastive irony. Okay. The second example, for example, my friend follows a backward diet. Fitness diet. He eats everything. Actually, a backward diet. رجيم مختلفا أو معكوس. Fatness diet هو رجيم السمنة. طيب هنا يعني بحكي صديقي يتبع رجيما متخلفا أو نظاما غذائيا معكوسا. رجيم هو رجيم السمنة، أي أنه لا يوفر شيء، بياكل كل حاجة. وبالتالي هنا في عندي opposite. دائما الرجيم يعني بمتنع عن الأكل وبقلل من وزني، ما في حاجة اسمها رجيم السمنة. Fatness diet. So this is an ironic speaking, and also we compare and we contrast between two things. The first one is backward diet, and he eats everything. Okay. 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 The second type of irony is reactionary irony. What is meant by reactionary irony? Reactionary irony means the addressor states or comments, and the addressee responded to this comment but in an unexpected way. يعني السامع أو القائل بعلق تعليق، ولكن السامع برد عليه بشكل مختلف تماما أو بشكل unexpected، بشكل غير متوقع. Such as, look at the first example, you are a coward. أنت جبان. طيب نشوف السامع رد عليه thank you, that's very kind of you, that's so kind of you. شكرا لك، هذا لطف كثير منك. So actually this is an ironic speaking and he does not tell the reality. Okay. I have to teach you a lesson. Oh, I'll be grateful to you. أنا علي أن ألقنك درسا. فبحكي له سوف أكون ممتنا لك. Okay. This is the reactionary irony. The third type of irony is disused irony, or the complex irony, and this is the most difficult irony, or the most difficult type of irony, because it is not limited to a sentence but it can be inferred generally or from the overall context. So you need to read the whole paragraph and figure it out or figure this type of irony out. Why? Because it is not limited to a sentence or but it it is it includes the whole paragraph. Okay, look at this example. If Christianity were once abolished, how would the free thinkers, the strong reasoners, and the men of profound learning be able to find another subject? Look at all of these are sarcastic expressions. Free thinkers, strong reasoners, men of profound learning, another subject, so calculated in all points whereon to display their abilities. Okay, all of these expressions are ironic expressions, and we get the irony from the whole context, from the whole paragraph. Okay, now في اللغة العربية إذا ما طمست المسيحية يوما ما. هنا abolished معناها طمست، صحيح؟ أنا في اللغة العربية ما ترجمتها لألغيت، لأنه ألغيت ما بكون عندي irony، ولكن طمست هنا I keep the ironic speaking. أوكي، كيف للمفكرين الأحرار free thinkers، المفكرين الأحرار، وبالتالي نفس الحاجة هنا فيها sarcasm. أوكي. آه. ذوي العلم الواسع من أو أولي الألباب الأقوياء أن يجدوا موضوعا آخر مدروسا بدقة من جوانبه. طيب هذه كلها أصلا في features that can help me to get this type of irony. The first one is the writer. The writer of this text is Swift, and he is known as a sarcastic writer. So from the very beginning, when I read this text and I know that the writer is Swift, I can guess that, or I can predict that this sentence or this paragraph may include a sarcastic expression or a sarcastic value because he is known as a sarcastic writer. The second one is the hypothesis. He hypothesizes that if the Christianity were if the abolished. Actually, it is hard for the British to believe such hypothesis. يعني إنه لو طمست المسيحية بالنسبة للناس البريطانيين المؤمنين فيها ما حيصدقوا بهذه الجملة أو بهذه الفرضية، وبالتالي it is a sarcastic way. The third thing is the use of expressions of ironic intent. يعني عندي display their abilities, the use of certain words that reflect اللي هو his real intention or his ironic intention. Okay, self-assertive defensive rhetorical question calculates the text as an indirect indication of a fallacy. Okay. Now, the fourth type of irony is in inido irony or the strange irony. The strange irony, it is a special kind of ironic statement which is remarkable for what it omits rather than for okay rather than for what it mentions. Okay, I mean يعني we rely on the omission rather than the uh, the addition. اوكي، يعني انا بحذف شغلات أنا بحكي شغلة، بحذف شغلة معينة omit something because حذف هذا الشيء هو اللي بخلي عندي الاكسبريشن ironic. أوكي، يعني حذف أو استثناء بعض المعلومات من الجملة هو اللي بخلق، أو هو اللي بخلق الايروني، هو اللي بيخلي هذا السبيتش أو هذه السنتنس ironic. أوكي، such as. طيب نيجي هان. My mother-in-law keeps her quiet for 15 minutes a day. أنا بحكي حماتي طول اليوم بتسكت فقط 15 دقيقة. أنا إيش قصدي؟ قصدي she is a talkative person. هذه ثرثارة جدا، تتكلم كتير، وبالتالي أنا أخفيت كلمة. أنا حذفت حاجة إن هي ثرثارة، ولكن خليت حاجة تانية. اللي هو الميرتس، حكيت إنها بتسقط 15 دقيقة في اليوم. طيب هذه أنا أخفيت حاجة تانية فيها ولا لا؟ اللي هو إنها ثرثارة جدا، يعني عندي 23 ساعة بتضلها تتكلم. إذا this is a strange irony. Why strange irony? Because I omit something and I induce the ironic speaking from what I omit, not from what I mention. Okay. This is the end of our lecture. I hope you get a lot of benefits. Thank you very much.